Welcome in to episode 13 of our Let's Play Humankind series. We're going to get into gameplay pretty quickly here, but if you want to catch up on the series, down in the description, you can click on the link. It will take you to episode 1. You can catch up on all 13 of the episodes that we have had so far in our Let's Play Humankind series. It's kind of an over-explained style, if you will. I've kind of walking through all of my strategies and tips. People in the comments have been leaving some great additional strategies and tips as well, so please feel free to do that throughout the episodes as you are watching. Let's get straight into gameplay today. We are in the medieval era. We are playing the Franks, and we moved up just last time on the last episode. We moved up to the medieval era, and we specifically chose the Franks for two particular reasons. And I will describe those for you by looking at... Wait, where's our Franks stuff? Oh, no. Well, I guess we can look at it right here. Perfect. So number one, they are aesthete, all right? Number two, they have the scriptorium, which is a research quarter, and we have not placed any research quarters yet, so it would be handy to get some of those down, making them a emblematic district. The scriptorium is going to help us a lot. It's going to get us some extra influence, and obviously the science bonuses are pretty good. It also has some faith access there, which is kind of unique for the scriptorium, that +3 faith. Our faith is kind of struggling against a couple other religions right now, and we'd like to keep it going because we do have abstain from intoxicants, which is increasing our production on all of those woods and forest tiles. And so we want to be able to keep that as much as possible. So a lot of reasons why the scriptorium is a pretty decent building. Now, the other reason we picked them is for their trait. Plus 10% influence. Just straight up, right away. Plus 10% influence, right? We were having influence gain problems. And then the final reason, which completely skipped my mind, that someone in the comments was kind enough to remind me of, is that because we picked an aesthete culture, we now have access to the aesthete ability. Now, the aesthete ability, we're going to go over right now. Probably what I'm going to tell you is, it might be broken. This ability, especially early in mid-game, look, you'll see in a second. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous what this ability can do, and really it's the cost to gain ratio that I don't think is comparable to any other ability as far as the abilities go, as far as the cultures are concerned. None of the other cultural abilities do what this ability does at the cost that this ability has. It's just wild. So we'll read it first, and then we'll talk about it and look at and see it in game. So this is the action, Affinity action, Cultural Blitz. Immediately bring one of your empire's territories back into its sphere of influence. Could be handy. And then the key part here is, and gain influence for each adjacent territory already in your sphere. Doesn't say how much. We're about to find out about how much. If you don't have the strongest influence in this territory, there's a high chance it will start converting back after you use this action. Okay, so it's really a way to keep your influence, your influence spread, your cultural spread, right? Your influence spreading, and allow your territories to come back into your sphere, right? So this could be helpful on territories like, remember, we were having problems with up here. We were having problems with having to accept a bunch of civics that we didn't want, and it was causing us stability issues. So that could be useful in some place like Lulaban, because it will allow you to start regaining that cultural. So if we look at our cultural influence, right, we actually have gotten our cultural influence back here. So no big deal. We've already kind of flipped it. And you can see our cultural influence is starting to spread now into some of our other territories that had kind of been taken over by the Achaemenid Persians early in the game, because remember, we forward settled. Now, let's take a look at what this ability does when you hover over it. So the ability, first off, right, says gain influence. Doesn't specify how much, for each adjacent territory already in your sphere. Okay, so we want to pick the most central territory to our sphere to see the maximum value of this particular ability. We're going to use this ability right now because, again, thank you for reminding me in the comments, this ability is completely ridiculous. For the cost, for the incredibly expensive cost of 90 gold, we're going to use our ability, Cultural Blitz. And if you, like, look, for 90 gold, if I select this territory right here, I will gain 14,580 influence? What? That number, look, for comparison, I am gaining 234 influence per turn. I don't know what the math is on that, but it's going to take me a lot of turns to get to 14,000. A bunch. And then for 90 gold, I'm earning 199 gold per turn. That doesn't even affect me at all. I'll spend 90 gold. I'd spend 90 gold on 90 influence, to be quite frank. Like, this is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, you can only do this once every 10 turns, but, like, this amount of influence is absolute insanity. Like, this ability in early game is absolutely game-breaking. There is no other ability that compares with the Esthete ability. And again, I don't know what the math is on how, like, this territory is the central one, right? Like, this is, yeah, this one is the one in the middle. It's gonna be worth the most. Even if I pick one on the edge of my territory, 10,000 influence. Even if I pick the new one, I'm getting 1,000, so that was not as good, right? 14,000 for my capital. Oh my gosh, the numbers are just obscene. It's absolutely wild. Well, so what we're gonna do is we're going to pay the 90 gold and convert that into 14,580 influence. We have 14.8k influence now. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, we can claim a wonder. Probably we should do that. We can do anything we want with influence now. Which wonder do we want? Let's figure it out. All right, Great Mosque is always it's one of my favorite wonders. It's, I think, one of the best wonders in the game. But we have a pretty solid fame lead, so I always build Great Mosque, but maybe we could build it. Let's see everything that's available. So we still have Pyramid of the Sun available, +2 food on territories, districts, and exploitations. That's a pretty good one. We should probably go this direction. It's good. Also, it's considered a holy site. Wonders that are considered holy sites are always pretty potent to be able to claim. Moz is really good, +2 science per district on city or outpost. A very, very good wonder. Church and Leyland, not so much. So again, I think we've gone over these in previous episodes. So the two that would be most interesting to me would be Angkor Wat, +1 food per faith. If we're generating a ton of faith, we're generating a pretty decent amount of faith. Angkor Wat is pretty nice. Great Mosque, I think, is the best wonder in the game. But again, we have a fame lead. We have a fame lead currently, and so I'm not so apt to do it. I might dip back into this old list, the previous era, and take Pyramid of the Sun, because I think Pyramid of the Sun is really nice for food. I know we've just been focusing on food, but we switched into Esthete, so I think Pyramid of the Sun is a really good one. +2 food on districts and exploitations is pretty nice, just base bonus to food. Food growth is king in Humankind. Pyramid of the Sun is a very powerful wonder, so let's go ahead and claim that. It's only 250. We just got 14k. I can spend 250. Boom, done. Claimed a wonder. All right. In order to claim another wonder, we have to build that one first. I like that mechanism in the game, so you can claim as many wonders as you want, but the one you've claimed first has to be built. And then you claim the next, you have to build it, then you claim the next, you have to build it. So you always have to build the wonder before you make another claim. But you could technically claim as many wonders as you want. You just have to have high enough production to be cranking out those wonders at great speeds. Okay, our next order of business will be, is anyone standing on the spot where we're going to put in an outpost? Because we can start getting claims in, like, on this turn. Is this the 717 on river? Plus, these are going to be connected. 717 is definitely going to be our best bet. So I think this is where this one's going to go. So we'll just, boom, let's place that one down. We've got that claim in. As you recall, this city got placed at the very last moment. Icarus, the Achaemenid Persians, coming down from the spot up in our continent where we kind of trapped him by forward settling, making his way down into the New World and starting to claim territory. The New World is getting very crowded. So this unit is going to make their way over here. We'll try to get a claim in. If we want to get an early claim, we could claim here. Really, we probably want to be claiming somewhere out here for maximum benefit. This spot actually probably looks really nice. Something up in here is probably where we want to get our claim down in. Maybe even this spot right here. This spot right here actually might be our best bet. So I'm going to send those guys to that spot. It's going to take us a few turns to get there, so we'll have to keep an eye on what Icarus's troops are doing, so we want to get that claim in. These guys are also headed in the direction of being able to claim something. We could probably just get a claim in. How far does that claim come? This claim just came in as well. So, man, it is getting tight here in the New World. All right, where is this line? Right here. Okay, so where's our claim? Ooh, man, this particular spot is kind of an ugly one. It's a lot of really gross land over here. Probably just put in up here somewhere where we can gain as much, maybe even like right here. It's just going to be a production center. The only food in the entire area is over here or in the water, so probably just going to head right in this direction with these guys. So we'll do that next turn. Okay, now that we have 14,000 influence off of our Esteed ability, and again, we'll pop that again in 10 turns. Every 10 turns, we'll just be running that. Let's hit next turn, and we will get this thing on its way. We have another Osmosis event happening, which is interesting to me. Luluban's still having Osmosis events. Interesting, even though, culturally speaking, we've kind of taken it back over again. Hey, I'll take a Science Osmosis any day. A free 308 influence. There are benefits to allowing another culture to have cultural influence over you, because you will get science osmoses if they are ahead of you in science, or if they have text that you don't have, and then you also put yourself at risk for those civics osmoses that you don't want. That will then cost you a lot of stability. We talked about that pretty extensively last time. The other thing we want to do is we do have 1,000 gold here, and because, remember, Luluban is struggling on the stability front, we want to go through all of our trades and treaties really quick. We don't have a customs union here, which is unfortunate, and it looks like because Nox is playing the Carthaginians, we might not want to buy a bunch from her. But we really do just want to buy pretty much like anything. That was really expensive. Maybe should not have bought that one as our option. We have a salt. Salt's probably... cheap salt is very good. Salt is an excellent, just plus 25 food. It's just... some of these are so good. So we want to just check and make sure. Gemstone, man, gemstone. Also, gemstones are insanely expensive. I often hold off on buying gemstones. They're just not that worth it. Plus 2 money on market quarter. I don't understand why that costs so much. I mean, I know they're gemstones, but the benefit just is not good enough to be able to do that. So save money potentially there.
We have some common ground.
We're in full alliance here, so we might as well just buy everything. That's only 289. That's perfect. 20. We can't afford anything else, so we need to go through and buy more of those. Again, one of the reasons we're doing this is there's plus stability on almost every one of these. So plus 20 stability for salt, plus 4 stability. Salt is so good. Mercury obviously gets the plus 4 stability, so there's a little bit of stability included on all of the resources that you buy, right? And so you have access to them, you get good stability out of that, which is something that we've been struggling with in a couple of our cities, so that seems like a good plan. All right, this guy just put down this outpost. It's gonna be done in 2 turns. Do we have any other claims we're gonna make? I don't think claiming this is not going to be advantageous for us anymore. It's just going to be smack dab in the middle of Icarus's territory. So I think we just focus on wrapping up the rest of this, and that's our claim in the New World. Unless, you know, we decide to go to war. War will be the only other way that we're going to be able to get claims in here. So this guy's job is kind of done. We also have most of the map revealed because we're in alliances to some degree with just about everybody. And so we also see the whole map here on turn 74, which is pretty nice. We're not playing on a huge map size, but seeing the whole map at this point is pretty nice. Everyone's been pretty friendly as far as like letting us claim things. So, oh crap, these guys aren't going in the right direction. Oh my gosh, they just went the wrong way. Oh, I didn't check to see that they were headed in the wrong way. All right. Well, everyone's going to head in that direction, just in case. We'll just see who gets there the fastest, because we have nothing else to do there. Once these guys are built, we will buy in our harbors and make sure we do all of that with our influence, right? Because we want to make sure we're taking advantage of the outpost function where we can buy in harbors with influence. We can buy in all of our resources with influence, and so we're going to try to do that. Oh, we have our army up here. We're ready to fight if we can get our other army in. Let's see if we can get them close enough. We can't currently. Okay, so this army is just going to hang for one more turn. Again, we're going to go after some military stars. Potentially even just attack Sus and take it down. We don't need the city, so we're probably, and again, we're probably just going to burn it down as well. So it's just something to... Is this actually a research border? That's a ruin, isn't it? Wait. No, it says the farmers. They're not gaining anything. I think they're going to be ruins. Do I have to do something to those? Oh, iron mine. Sure. I don't know. I think those are ruins, technically. Maybe they haven't turned to ruins yet. I'm a little confused as to what those are. We'll have to see what happens with those over time. I don't think they're... Might actually be functioning quarters. They're not functioning, though, because they're not getting me any resources. There's just -10. It says +3 science, though. Maybe that's just a visual bug. Maybe they are working. They might actually be functioning. At least it says they're functioning. They're just not showing me I'm getting the benefit. Weird. There are visual bugs in the game that you can run into from time to time, so something to think about as you're doing stuff. Let's send this guy this way. These guys are just hanging out. This guy is... Well, I guess we were going to explore. I guess we can still explore because... Oh, we can't go through here. Wow, that is a very, very unfortunate ice placement. Dang. That's highly unfortunate. Oh, like, pretty cool holes up here. Interesting. I think we knew that already. We won't be able to get through here. That's highly unfortunate, so we'll have to sail the other direction, I guess. Pain. Alright, Carol is ready to build things. Now, we have a food surplus here. We have a little bit of population cap that we're looking at. Now, we still haven't put in our scriptoriums, right? We haven't done that yet, so we got to think about when we're going to build our scriptoriums in. Let's go to our urgent affair. Land and freedom. The Empire's vast and glorious amounts of land and grassland stretching countless leagues and full of wonders and mysteries. Over many generations, your people have subdued many of its corners, but now you must ask the question, to whom do these lands truly belong? Land rights is a very nice civic that we'll probably want to enact. +10 food per number of attached territories on all cities. That's going to handle a lot of our food problems, which is really nice if we need more food. The other thing this does is get us inherited land, which allows you to claim, attach, merge territories with money instead of influence. Now, normally, if you're making more money than you are influence, you're probably going to go to inherited land pretty quickly. This is a very powerful thing. If you're struggling with influence, then you're probably making more money than you are influence. The other thing to note about this particular civic is the money cost of attaching, claiming, and all of the things you can do with the money when you put inherited land on is less in gold than it is in influence. So even if you're making influence at a higher rate than you're making gold, the ratios are still better. So your gold attachment or your gold outpost claim is substantially less than the number of influence that's required, and so oftentimes switching to inherited land is a good play, unless you just did what we did, which is use the Estate ability and get 14,000 influence. In this case, we definitely don't want to do this, and at least not currently. We may want to in the future, but right now we don't. Now, do we need the +10 food? Maybe, but I think we just hold off for now in case we want to do this later. I'm not sure if the food is worth it. It probably is. Now that I'm struggling with this, now I think maybe we do just attach this. It gets us additional industry as well. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna enact this.
Why should individual wealth and political connections determine the status of something as timeless as the land?
All right, we get +1 city cap as well. Because we have influence, just tons and tons and tons of influence. I think that we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the city cap as well, which is going to push us to additional... It's just going to get us more influence again. So we're just going to push influence really hard. It's going to cost a bunch. We're going to do it anyway.
Most problems eventually yield.
All of those
to
are going to be helpful things for us, because now we're at city cap. We're not getting a penalty to our influence generation. We actually moved on our ideological axis further, and so we're getting more influence because we're closer to the little bird. Little bird, which is order, which is liberty, sorry, the liberty bird. So those were all good things for us. Okay, so I think what's going to happen is probably because we have food, pop cap is becoming an issue here, but I think that's okay. I think what we want to do is go ahead and build the Pyramid of the Sun. Now, the logical place to build it is going to be in Lulaban. Why? Because the Pyramid of the Sun is going to get us plus 40 stability in that city. And so what we're going to do is fix our stability problems by building the Pyramid of the Sun in Lulaban. Now, the thing to know about wonders is this. They exploit all of the tiles around them. Oh, wait, what are the restrictions on this? One neighboring district must be main plaza. Oh, it's got to be next to a main plaza. Oh, interesting. So the Pyramid of the Sun is not as good as other wonders that are kind of more free place. Interesting. Okay, so it's not going to allow us to exploit as much. So it has to be right next to a city. It can't be next to an outpost, I'm assuming, either, right? Yeah, it has to be next to a main city. Interesting. Okay, so what's going to get us the best gains, then, if we want to put it in Lulaban? Our city is sitting right here. So anywhere around that is where we're going to want it. We could set it... Oh, can't set it in there. It could go there. That's actually a district already, so we don't want that. So it looks like our best bet is we put it here. It exploits one tile, which is not the best for a wonder, but this one has pretty stiff restrictions. Everything else is kind of exploited already, and we're going to want to claim this river for more farm quarters probably. So I think we're going to go ahead and burn this tile on Pyramid of the Sun. Again, it's going to get us food anyway, so I think we'll just stick it right here. It's going to look good there as well. There we go. So we will set all of our cities to build it, right? Because it is a project. It's also a holy site, so that's going to be helpful for us as well from a faith generation standpoint and from our faith's standpoint to be able to spread it and keep our beautiful abstain from intoxicants bonuses on our forests. So we'll put all of our cities into this in order to build it as fast as possible. Got it down to 4 turns. So a 4-turn build for Pyramid of the Sun, not bad at all. That will allow us to spend some of our additional influence that we gained on another wonder claim, possibly. So that is what our cities will be doing. Meanwhile, we have all of our people running around to try to put claims in. This guy is going to be ready, it looks like very soon, to be able to put his claim in. So let's end turn. See how we go. We have a grievance that we can see. We have another osmosis event. Okay. Another science one. 337 science for free. Done. And that actually finished our feudalism research, which is going to boost our food by a lot. A bunch, which is very nice. And we are now starting cultural conversion on our city on the New World to our religion, which is good. Population gain in Al-Karab, which is good. And we actually now get to pick a new tenant, which is excellent. We are the first, it looks like, to pick our second tenant, which is interesting because we were, I think, like the third to pick our first tenant. Somehow we still ended up with abstain. But you know what? Works for me. So let's take a look at our tenants here in our second level tenants. Undertake pilgrimage, +2 influence on religious district, -25 cost for enacting civics. It's pretty nice. It's not one that I'll usually take, but again, if you're really struggling for influence, it might be something you look at. Yield to none gets you +10 war support on grievance trigger, which is pretty nice if you're going to war, so yield to none could be good if you're going military. Bear not false witness is +5 science on research quarters, which right now is not great for us, but is about to become really good because we're about to start putting down research quarters. So if you're pushing research, this is a good way to go. Give alms is +5 money on market quarter. So again, if you're going the money route, this could be very useful for you. And all of them, you'll notice, get +2 money on religious districts. So if you're putting more religious districts in, that can be several of the different emblematics are religious. And so you might want to be paying attention to that as well. It's going to get you either money on those or science on those or influence on those as well. Protect the Weak gets you +5 stability on garrison. So if you're having stability issues, this is definitely useful. Also gets you +2 stability on your religious district, which is pretty cool. And then Observe Fast, which is +5 food on harbor and +2 food on religious district. So I actually think that this particular tier of tenants is like very even keel. All of these have pretty much the same value. None of them are better than another. in my opinion, based on your situation. And so really it's about kind of what are you going towards? What do you need? We're actually doing really well on food. Observe fast might be one of the like arguably like weaker ones, because +5 food on harbor, you could really only put 1, maybe 2 if you're using the harbor strat to put in emblematic harbors as well. But really, you're not going to get a lot of food out of Observe Fast because there's not as many harbors. Whereas if you're on something like Give Alms, you could build as many market quarters as you want, as long as you have land to put them in, and you're going to get that +5 money every time. So Observe Fast might be actually one of the weaker ones here. It does get you food, though, which is very important. I think, personally, that eventually science is going to become very important to getting a win condition done in this game. And so I think Bear Not False Witness, plus we're about to put all of our scriptoriums in, get that +5 on all of our scriptoriums as well. I think Bear Not False Witness is going to pay off for us in the end here. So I'm going to choose Bear Not False Witness. We're going to choose this tenant. I actually need to change the name of our religion as well. That probably would be something we should do, right? In fact, let's go ahead and do that now. Let's go down to our religion. And, you know, I like to spread madness. And so our religion will be called Madness. It's the Maddish Moose channel. It seems like only the logical thing to do. All right, let's move our armies in. We should be able to get this army into position over here now. We'll have them stand on river, probably. That way they will get pulled into this fight. We can make quick work of these gentlemen right here. I'm going to give them that full position. I wonder if we could run the attack with these guys. That's going to push them in that direction. That's probably more optimal for us, to be honest. Because that way we definitely have... Because the other way gives them some spots of forest and high ground. So we're going to run the attack from these guys, actually. Which was not initially my plan, but... they are going to take the fight, so we will manual battle this. We actually have a lot of space where we can spread our people out. Our archers from up here should be good. They can't attack from this because that is a cliff. So we want these guys probably to jump down. We're going to bring our archers up. And we probably want other archers to be up near high ground so we can utilize them to the best of our ability. I think these guys might be able to shoot over here. So I think we might keep them there. And everyone else is kind of where they need to be, is what it looks like. But these archers should get some nice high ground ability now. I think these guys will be able to shoot off to here. Other than that, we'll have to maneuver them up to high ground probably so they can get shots on people. But I think even this high ground is too far away to get those shots off. And I think they might be able to shoot here. So let's go ahead and end that deployment. We get opening attack. So, yep, we can do... Oh, wait, actually, archers can shoot over top of units. Look, some units can shoot over top of units, some units can't shoot over top of units, so I guess we'll... I don't know, I'm always learning new things, particularly about war, I feel like. Alright, so we have other archers we probably want to try to get rid of. Archers if we can. And then we'll just kind of crash down on different units. They do have kind of optimal positioning here. We're attacking off high ground, but down... this one is actually off river, so we should actually attack with these guys first. Yeah, that's a full kill. That will work nicely. And then actually, if we take this unit, we can probably start getting rid of archers in their entirety. That way they can't actually attack us. And we can actually just, now that we've framed the path, we can actually get all the way through to be able to attack them. Now, we should be able to run this attack first, because that's an optimal fight. I'm not attacking off river, so I want to run that one first. Right, and then I'll run this one to finish them, because it's kind of the worst of the bunch, because we're attacking off. And there we go. Quick win. Quick four units killed. And that will progress us towards our military stars. We need 6 more kills, it looks like, to even get a star for our military stars. Military stars are tough to get unless you're really going to war, right? But if you start picking them up here and there, sometimes you can catch just 1 military star every time. Even if you're not a warring person, if you find units in the right locations to have those little skirmishes, you can pick up extra stars along the way just by having those little kind of intermittent fights, which are kind of nice. Okay, let's get our claim in here. I believe... Oh, what is that? Yeah, 1016. Yeah, 1016, access to 3 river tiles. That's actually not bad at all. So we're going to go ahead and plop that down. Boom. Get that claim in. now our New World claim is starting to look a bit better. We've got claims here, we've got claims here, and now we just need to get this claim in, and we'll actually have a full city's worth of claims here. Could we have probably gotten more? Yeah. Okay, this last territory is going to get a little sticky. These guys are going to take one more turn to get in. I doubt that these 2 units are going to make a claim based on where they're standing right now. So we're going to try to pop over into here. I think that's going to be our optimal spot. Yeah, like this, like 515. I think 515 is going to be our starting point here. I don't mind that spot. The other spot to go would be down here, but you're not going to get any like really decent numbers down there. And so 515 is actually not bad at all. It actually gets us a little bit of food. And then we can start doing things like put research quarters on these because they're not going to be useful for anything else. We can start to formulate research quarters in a couple different locations. So let's go ahead and just tell them to put this 515 in. We're going to have them do that next turn, so it's kind of a first move that we do. The other thing to think about, and I've had this happen before, is the computer is moving kind of simultaneously with you, and so if you want to do something at the beginning of your turn, you really want like something, and the computer might take it from you, especially in AI. You might want to be ready to do that right away in case the AI goes and makes that claim. All right, this unit was headed out somewhere. Actually,
another empire built Stonehenge. Druids from across the globe can make a pilgrimage.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Narrator. I actually don't have much left to do with these scouts. We could formulate them into an army, which may be pertinent for later in the game rather than having to train up an army. We may just put them all together, upgrade them into horsemen, and keep them going on their progression. We could also stick them back into Nemosus. So I'm actually going to have all of them kind of gather at this city just to see how many we have, and if we want to despawn some of them, then we will do so. So I'm just going to have all of our extra guys kind of start to gather. This is an army of 4, for example, so we'll see how many we have, and then we'll kind of play it from there. These guys were going to join in the fight. Now, the sus battle, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They got like 11 units if we decide to do the fighting method. We can also... Oh, we fought them. Sweet. Right. Yeah, don't forget, when you fight a free peoples, even outside of their territory, all of your influence with them, all of this goes away. So now we have no patronage of them at all. We could have just taken them for 75 gold, but then we would have been burning them down and not getting the military stars. They've got, you know, some spearmen and stuff. We're going to be able to kind of wash over them and kind of crush them in that regard. So I think that we're just going to kind of hang out. Although this is a highly defensible city, I don't even know where we're going to attack this from. It's going to be brutal to attack into this city. I think we need to split our armies, like have one over here, and then this unit can attack from somewhere. So he's just going to sit here for now. I'm prepping for that. This unit is completely stuck because we cannot sail through that. We got 25 turns to go all the way around the map. So I guess we're just going to head back in this direction. We also need to upgrade him. We actually probably should do that now because that'll get him the ability to fly around in the water a little faster. And not die as much in deep water, typically. I think that's... Usually we need research for that, so that's probably we need research for that. Okay. Let's check out our trades again. I think we actually can negotiate treaties. So let's get customs negotiation if we can. And let's finish up any trade. We don't have much money. So let's go ahead and look at treaties first. Noble deeds with everybody.
Greetings.
I think I want the cultural agreement still.
I have a proposition.
Fun.
If you seek.
Okay, and we're like full with everybody else. Okay, so let's check out trade now. Horses would be fine, but these are going to get us other things. Money per traders is not bad at all because we're trading quite a bit. Is that expensive? It's not. We can buy it. Okay, so there we go. We'll keep trying to buy things because obviously that's going to help us out. Man, this is I really Pertino Moreno Glacier, and look at the placement of it. Just this game is so okay. We might have to go to war with green, like just to take it, like just to have it. At some point in the game, I'm not sure. Or we could be peaceful like I always am. Okay. We also could build a new holy site, right? Because we got our tenant, so we've got lots of stuff that we can do. Nemosos is very, very good on food. We also have a lot of that, like there's plenty of population available as well. So technically I would be building a lot of these at this point. infrastructures, because infrastructures are going to get us good things, and we also don't need districts for population cap right now. However, because we are currently building Pyramid of the Sun, we might want to throw them at that. It's only 87 industry, but still, that's going to drop us probably down maybe a turn or two. I'm not sure. We'll end up seeing, but everyone is currently working Pyramid of the Sun, so we can get that done. Okay. Folks are moving. Got to see if we beat Plosive. Okay, he decided not to put anything down. We plunked ours down. In fact, what looks like... You see what happened there? It actually looked like Green's unit was going to go and try to put an outpost down somewhere. As soon as I put mine down, they changed direction and moved in the other way. So entirely possible. Violence has put an end to my selling of ebony. And my selling of salt. What violence? Heresy. What is this? Really now feels bound. I could probably get more out of him from a trade perspective. Let's see what happens. Foreign war declared. The Burly Gamer has declared war on Kid Icarus. Ooh. Interesting. That is going to cost us probably in some degree. Oh, wow. Yep. Burly swings in, claims this middle territory, and then declares war on Icarus. Wow, it's gonna get feisty right here in the New World. The New World is getting hot. Yikes. All right. Well, now we've got a potential fight. I don't know. Icarus is closer to his homeland. So that might be a bad fight that Burly has picked. We have an aggressive Free Peoples taking up residence over on this side of the map. So again, this army might end up being useful if we upgrade them to horsemen. That's something that we're gonna think about. We'll join everyone up together, and we may start upgrading these folks into horsemen. It's not too expensive to do, but we'll hold for now.
Generous.
Right.
A very generous proposal.
Supreme Ruler Nox would like a scientific agreement. That sounds wonderful. I would love that.
Your proposal makes
science.
good sense.
Sounds great. Also, we could probably trade with any of our partners here. Let's make sure we have sage is good.
To our conversations.
I'd buy this sage. It's not even that expensive. Perfect.
Greetings. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Yeah, silk is okay. Gemstones are expensive.
All those of honest
More
intent
sage.
may have my ear.
Thank you. All right, now we probably don't have any money left. Ooh, horses. We can afford them. Nice. Okay. Some excellent trading. Horses equal food because I always have animal barns in. All right, and then we have our claim in there, claim in there. The New World is fully claimed. Turn 76, and the New World is fully claimed. There's an island off the coast here that'll get snatched up at some point. But wow, that's very interesting. If this was a wonder, I would go claim this land, but it would make my... I don't like claiming on a territory like that when I can't do much with it. I think we've kind of got our land kind of set here. This is kind of our going spot until we decide to do something else. Now, could we come in and claim... I could send some guys over and claim these islands and just kind of see what happens. That would be a possibility, because our culture and religion are going to flow probably pretty nicely through here. So we could think about doing that. That's going to require another city probably on the island. It would be like a two-thing city, but we're sitting at what? 1, 2, 3, 4 cities only? We could definitely put a 5th city onto this map. So now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we snag these guys, upgrade them on the next turn to horsemen. Nox's people are in the way. Okay, we'll just hold. I think if Nox's people move next turn, we can just go downriver and get there faster. We'll upgrade them to horsemen so they have more movement, but we'll just hold on them for now. This warrior probably is just going to stay in this area, so we'll just bring him down into the territory. And then we have our actual fights that are going on here. So that's probably one spot to attack the city from. So we want to get these guys here. These guys can, I think, attack from over here. It's all going to be very difficult to get into. Like, very tricky. So I think we'll do that. These guys can go here and then hold. And then this guy is going to attack, probably, he's going to swing all the way around over to here-ish. He can also just come around and attack these units. with one of our... Because they're not in the city, technically speaking. Obviously, we're not going to do it with our single unit, but... We'll see how we handle sus. It's going to be interesting. Alright, we got to get back to here. Sailing the seas with our quad. And we have an event. The battle for the mind. The great city of Corral is bursting at the seams. Countless souls pressed from the city's tight borders. In the dense, squalid quarters, cases of madness are on the rise. I mean, we did just adopt that as our religion. Religious leaders contend that demonic forces are behind the afflictions, while the philosophers argue for natural causes. Both are strong voices in the Empire with competing solutions. What is your response? We've gone over this many times before, but the faith in this game just is usually not worth it. Now, we can get some gold, we can get some extra faith, or we could take extra science. That's the route I'm going to take every time, unless I'm playing some sort of very faith-oriented game, maybe a war game, where you're using faith to generate grievances. Study's going to be the way to go.
Reaching the end of an ideology axis isn't
Status
extremist.
canceled. Learning has been removed from
Think of it as being focused,
but we
yes?
must have replaced it with something
Very
better, I guess, is what we've done. All right, let's end turn, and we'll keep rolling. Oh, we do have a ton of influence, so... Did we just build 2 turns for that? And then otherwise... Oh, let's run through our outposts. Let's do that. We can put in all these. We'll just run through each of our outposts here. Throw a harbor in. That's a nice harbor spot. That could connect to a lot of market borders. Let's do that. Let's run through all of our borders really quick before we do any connections. Little tip. Put harbors in first, because the cost of putting them in actually goes up. So if you put these in first, the cost of the harbor going in goes up because there's more buildings in the territory. These, the cost doesn't usually change. I don't believe at all. So I don't think those ones go up. The harbor actually will increase in cost if there's more buildings. So you want to do harbor first if at all possible. 14-2. It's a weird location though, but 14 food can't be argued with. So we're gonna put that there. And then we'll go ahead and throw in our dismal quarter. Another one. And we'll throw in the iron. So we get all of those. You notice the cost did not change. That didn't even tick our influence generation. Okay, let's continue on to our next outpost. It's also in. And either of these will work. Which one looks good? That one. Put in. Or what is that? Silk. Some silk. See, that's nice. Probably we should have done this last time. As soon as these come in, really. That one's not in yet. This one's not in yet. And then we're back to our cities, which are all... Oh, wait. Another iron. Well, we'll check everything else. We've got our stuff in. Another iron mine. Why? We have a lot of iron in our territory. Watch. Builder star unlocked. Perfect. Our first star in the medieval era. All right, let's end turn and keep rolling. Agrarian star earned, so we're flying through now. Got stars. We have another grievance. Allied with an enemy. Yes, the war. Let's see how the war is going. How is the war going? Oh, it looks like to me that the Burly Gamer has suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of the armies of Icarus. Icarus's armies are damaged now, but this outpost might be in trouble. Burly's claim on the New World now at risk as the war with Icarus has gone south and things looking up for Icarus's armies. It took a beating, but they're in. Let's get this in. Either of these will work. This one's kind of cool because it connects the two together. I kind of like the look of those ones where they connect the two pieces together. We'll do that. That in. Right. And it's moving.
What do you say to this appealing
Burly
proposal?
with like shared logistics. I'm going to counter that since you're at war with one of my friends.
I cannot accept this as is, but a modest contribution might change my mind.
Indeed. Indeed. We have some money. I don't really want any of Burly's things right now. It's probably bad to trade in that direction currently.
It's good to see you. No
Sage
lie.
would be nice to have. Let's see which ones do I like a lot. Salt is really nice. Do you have any? Oh, you have salt. Thanks. I'll take your salt. Okay, that's probably enough purchasing for now. Running out of gold, and we also need to. Oh, we needed to upgrade our. That's right. We needed to upgrade our guys. Is this one in yet? One turn. These guys can start heading in this direction as well now. And then now that Nox's troops are out of the way for these guys, I think... Okay, we have enough to upgrade one of them. And not the other. So I think we just split this guy off. We will transfer him out. And because he's got the ability to kind of take off and run. And then I'm actually just going to path him. Ooh. Ah. Nox is having her territory burnt down. That's actually interesting. I can't fight 5 guys. But if that gets burnt down, that could be a claim for us later on. I'd love to get onto this island. So I think this is the path we have to take. We're going to have to watch this guy, though, because this army might get in the way. They're aggressive, so they're probably going to try to fight him. This guy can come hang out with this army. Might be useful if we need to go and fight those free peoples at some point, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Alright, this guy is prepped and ready. I'm going to move him up here. I think we're ready for this attack if we want to make it. Oh no, this army's not in position yet, so we will hold one more turn on this. We'll hold. Alright. Let's see. 45. Let's try to sneak one more turn in.
With 10
one more turn into this episode.
You have built a city spanning more territory than your ancestors. A wondrous work indeed.
That's the fame.
No doubt.
Our religion
neighbors
is
are eyeing
spreading.
you with a great deal of
we have an
jealousy.
osmosis event that's going on again. We're selling resources once again. And so, got reparations. Probably those are all cultural-based reparations. And we have an osmosis. Founding myths, +3 faith on territory. There's no way we want that, right? There's no way we want that. So we will just have to decline it. Just gonna reset our... But look, it's all fixed. Everything's fixed, even though they just took that. Like, we're good in Lulaban now. Lulaban is fine. Let's claim our wonder. Because we can claim another wonder. Maz got snuck, and Church got snuck as well. So now it's just the current era's wonders. I'm tempted to take Angkor Wat, because we are generating a decent amount of faith out of our cities. So that might be... That plus food for faith is, like, pretty potent. That gets us more faith. So one of the things you could do is, like, you could take Notre Dame, because it gets you all this faith, and then pair it with Angkor Wat. I don't know that we'll be able to get both of those this time. Again, Great Mosque would typically be my build. Maybe we build Angkor Wat first, and then we could take a crack at Notre Dame, maybe, because Angkor Wat's beneficial regardless. So let's go ahead and go that direction. We're in a wonder building. We're going to end up behind on a lot of our builds because we're just pressing wonder builds. Our city with the most food is almost always going to be our capital. Although Nemosis could end up with a whole bunch of food based on the gorgeous land they have. But we've got some good land in our capital as well. Yeah, they've got some nasty land too. I wonder if we put Angkor Wat in Nemosos and focus food production out of here. It's also got some bad land too. I wonder if, like, even our food is just... There's just not a lot of food anywhere here. Lulaban might actually have the best kind of food area, technically speaking, with all the rivers running through here. We already put a wonder there in Lulaban, so it feels bad to stick another one in just from a standpoint of... That's 24 surplus there. So I'm looking at stability numbers, right? 39 surplus there, but they're not connected yet. Man, it's actually a much tougher decision than I thought it was going to be. Let's put it in the capital just for the sake of it. We'll just make assumptions about getting food out there. We got some aspects of food. You know what? No, I really don't like the capital's land from a food perspective. It's just not... It's not the best. I feel like there's more opportunity for big chunks of food here in Nemosos, so let's go ahead and put Angkor Wat there. Does require to be connected to... does not require. Okay, so this one can go literally anywhere. So we can get a nice claim in here anywhere we want in our territory currently. So what I think we'll do is slap it down somewhere highly... Even in this little crevice right here would be kind of nice. Gets us some food, or maybe up here. Gets a bunch of production and some food. That's actually a pretty nice spot right there. Plus, it's going to look pretty sick. Overlooking... Oh, yeah, it has to be done. Overlooking Halong Bay up here done. Let's do it. Let's see how many turns that's. That's a 36 turn build. All right, so this fight, I don't want to do this particular episode, so we'll do that fight next episode. It's going to take a bit too long, I think. Get that started. These guys have got their claim in, so they are going to move their way back here. Just going to have them sit there. Now, these guys are going to hold as well. This army's going to hold because we're going to wait on that attack. And then we'll put all of our cities once again. We're going to slap them into Angkor Wat, I think. Hitting top cap now, which is problematic. How many turns can we get Angkor down? Oh, wow. We can get Angkor Wat down quite a few turns. 9 turns? That's viable then. 6 turns? Okay, we'll just crank Angkor Wat then. We have a fight? Ah, that's what I thought. They stepped through the canyon, and now our guy is there. And did they burn it down? They did not burn it down. They stepped off to come and fight our guy. All right, so we will retreat. That's going to set us back on trying to claim that island, but you know what? It's fine. I thought they were going to burn this down. They stopped, which is highly unfortunate for us. So I thought that we could claim this and then claim the island and get a little more value out of that. All right, so our guys got chased all the way up there. It's fine. Good progress. We're sitting on influence galore. We actually don't even... We went from we don't need influence to, oh crap, we have way too much influence. And now we don't have anything to do with it, which is such a rare position to be in at this point in the game. We really flipped that on its head very quickly with that Esteed ability. That Esteed ability was wild. All right, that is it for the episode today. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. This Let's Play series is just a ton of fun. So hopefully you're enjoying the content. If you like the content, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel. Next episode will come out next Sunday as per usual. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week.